Oh yeah, Weeaboo Wednesday! Now that is how you start a video. No, but hey guys, welcome to Weeaboo Wednesday. You know what Weeaboo Wednesday is. It's your weekly anime, Japan, video game, nerdy news that I take from other websites, smush it all together, and give it to you with a little bit of flair and personality. So let's begin by saying I saw Makoto Shinkai's Weathering with You. It was recently here in the movie theaters in the United States, and I will say it was a good movie. We'll talk about that more later though. I finally got my Amiami package. This one took a while. But when I saw Weathering with You, they actually showed a preview for another movie before the movie started. Masaki Yuasa's Ride Your Wave is also coming to the United States and will be playing in theaters. If you're not familiar, Ride Your Wave is another one of these big anime movies. It's a romantic themed, semi-supernatural story, it seems. It's very aquatic centric, which seems to be very heavily thematic in a lot of these movies coming out. They use a lot of aqua themes, a lot of like water effects, which, you know, I don't know, it's fine, but did like everybody just recently figure out how to do that or something? Still, that director is pretty popular for The Night is Short, Walk On Girl, and Devilman Crybaby, which are both pretty highly revered, so this seems interesting. I'd like to see it. It comes out February 19th, so if you're interested, then make sure that you ask your boss for that day off now so you can go check it out. Gotta put on my Xeon hat, because this is Gundam related. If you can recall, I talked about the Hello Kitty and Gundam crossover that was happening quite some time ago. It's finally, I think, coming to an end, because they released the final mini, skit for it. There were these different little clips where they were releasing shorts, and now it's all compiled together and you can go check it out in one long video. It's pretty hilarious and it's incredibly adorable. There's some of the most cute dialogue and great wordplay I've seen in a long time. If you don't speak Japanese, it'll be a little bit hard for you to understand, but you can watch it and pretty much get the gist. It's pretty adorable and I love it. Hello Kitty and Amuro meet in space. Amuro needed Hello Kitty's help. Hato called Hello Kitty through the TV. She shows up, Amuro's like freaked out and he's like, no, what is this? You know, the typical young boy in a mech reaction. And then she starts turning all the enemy mobile suits into super kawaii SD versions of themselves. And then they fly through space, spreading friendship and love. And it's actually hilariously adorable. And I really want those figures that they have, so somebody get those and send them to me. I'll review them. I'm gonna link below the actual video. You definitely have to check it out. I highly recommend it. Funimation just recently named a new chief content officer named Asa Suehira. Now this guy has previously worked with helping Aniplex of America come to be, so he has some relevant experience with anime. So that's pretty interesting. It's good to see somebody who's qualified to take one of these positions rather than the typical nepotism and, hiring your friends and all that good stuff. So that's a nice change. I'm happy to see that, and who knows what this could lead to. There could be some seriously awesome changes in the future and maybe even some restructuring. They also hired someone named Khalil Roberts, where they actually created a position just for them. They're to oversee strategy and execution of all product and technology. Additionally, they're going to be working on user experience as well, so that's quite a heavy job title. So hopefully that'll be easy enough for them to manage, and we can see some good changes down the line for Funimation. These big studios can always do better, so it's nice to see them taking steps towards that. But who knows? I don't know if they're going to be great yet, so we'll see. Netflix is bringing quite a bit of stuff to their service. Funny enough, there's going to be a bunch of Ghibli movies that are going to be brought over to Netflix, but they're not going to be able to be watched in the United States, Canada, Japan. Basically, the places that they'd probably be watched the most won't be able to view them because of that whole exclusivity deal with them releasing those films digitally and through HBO. So good luck seeing that unless you VPN yourself so that you can watch Netflix from another country. I'm not encouraging that. I don't have a sponsor, so I'm not going to plug anything. But they're also adding the Dragon Quest movie, Dragon Quest Your Story. That's coming out February 13th, which I think is a little bit late, especially since Dragon Quest has come out and the hype is a little bit more dead now. But still, they made a lot of new fans in the US and all over the world with the re-release to the Nintendo Switch, so I'm sure that movie will do well. But additionally, on February 27th, they are re-releasing, or not re-releasing, but they're going to be bringing to Netflix the Pokemon movie, Mewtwo Strikes Back. or Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution. Yeah, it's the CG version of the first Pokemon movie where they remade it. The characters look a little funky, but the Pokemon look awesome, and Mewtwo looks dope, so it's probably worth a watch, especially because of the nostalgia, so I might check that out. And oh, you Sakurai Nintendo. You were so tight-lipped for so long before finally releasing that Byleth will be the next character in the Smash Brothers reveal. It's the final character for the first pack, and yeah, I'm just super underwhelmed. They even made a joke in the trailer like, oh, another swordsman, haha, but I don't know, I was pretty annoyed and really enraged when I saw that it was another Fire Emblem character, but whatever. They're going to be doing another 6 characters as well. Sakurai announced that they're going to do another pack of fighters, so hopefully they can fix for their failures with that. The one thing that really upsets me though is that they released a costume for Cuphead, for your Mii fighter, which to me is just so stupid. I feel like Cuphead would actually be a perfect character for Smash. He's got all of the animation and character of something that would represent another franchise and be really unique, but they didn't go with that. Especially since Cuphead was such a huge deal. When it came out, it was pretty wild and a lot of people were into it. It certainly was impressive, especially with the animation. And I don't know how they would have made that work, but I'm sure they could have figured it out. Hell, they got Game & Watch in there. And finally, after 2 years of being a weekly show, Gegege no Kitaro will be coming to an end. It's going to end just shy of 100 episodes, which is a little upsetting, but obviously enough, you can only do so much. And still, I am so happy that they did reboot this series because this rendition of Gegege no Kitaro is super faithful to Shigeru Mizuki's work, and it's crawled its way into my top favorite anime series. So I loved it. There'll be more about Gegege no Kitaro on this channel, so stay tuned for that. And if you haven't checked it out, definitely start watching it because it's awesome. But yeah, that will be finally ending in March. Now, Makoto Shinkai's Weathering With You recently came out and did pretty well in the United States. It aired this previous weekend. It actually started on Thursday though, there was a special premiere, and the first 2 days that it was in the box office, it was actually number 2, which is pretty good because I feel like it didn't get that great of promotion and marketing, so that's pretty good for a spur-of-the-moment anime movie coming to the United States. That being said, in just 6 days, it made over $5 million in the United States, so great job. Makoto Shinkai, you did another great banger of a job with this movie, and I saw it, and I'll give you my very quick thoughts on it. Weathering With You was good. It was an interesting movie. It was very visually impressive, and I think that was the main focus. They wanted to make something that looked really great. As far as the story goes, it wasn't entirely unique to me. There was an interesting concept with something you find out later, but it wasn't explored enough, and it wasn't done thoroughly enough, and I feel like they kind of let it fall to the wayside. Ultimately, I do think Your Name was a better movie, which is funny because my Japanese friend, my best Japanese friend, said the same thing to me, and I agree with her. I think Your Name was much more compelling. That actually made me cry, whereas this movie made me get a little feelsy, but it never really took me over the edge. I just wasn't that connected. But still, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's certainly worth watching. If you want to check it out, definitely do so. It looked amazing on the big screen, but I'm sure it'll look great in 4K on a Blu-ray as well. So definitely support it when it comes out. Now, I always try to bring up good charities and things that are helpful to causes that deserve the help, and the wildfires in Australia are certainly a big problem, and those people over there really do deserve help. Now, the Australian anime group Madman has started a GoFundMe and is saving up money to help with this. In 5 days, they have made $13,000 of what they propose to be a $150,000 goal, and they absolutely deserve the help. I really want people to go check them out if you can, drop whatever you can, and yeah, let's try to get some help to people that really do need it, because those wildfires are incredibly depressing, but people are still trying to do stuff, so that's good to see. The link for that will be in the description. Okay, this one's crazy. There's going to be a 59-foot Gundam in Yokohama. I'm not joking. At Yamashita Pier, there will be a huge Gundam that is actually able to move around and everything. Amazingly, it's made of steel frames and there's carbon fiber resin all over the thing, so it's a big, hefty machine. There was a whole 30-40 minute presentation on this thing, but if you don't speak Japanese, it's kind of hard to understand. And yeah, this was started back in 2014, so this is a long time coming, and it's supposed to be finished this summer, but it will open up in October, this October, and be viewable until next October. I'm not sure if they plan on moving it or something. I don't know why they would just dismiss it after that, but this should be a permanent fixture because it's going to be attached to a Gundam lab where you can go learn more about that whole project. You can actually go to the Gundam Cafe, which will be overlooked by the Gundam, so that's pretty awesome. And dang it, I forgot to put my hat on for that article. Ugh. So with Gegege no Kitaro ending, they're going to need something to fill that block, and they will be doing that with a new Digimon series. So yeah, they're going to be ending the previous original Digimon Adventure series with a movie, which people are a little mad about because immediately after, they are rebooting the series with a new story. And from what I understand, they're using the original characters from that Digimon from all those years ago when I was like still in school. Then the Pokemon and Digimon wars were going on, and yeah, the thing that people fell in love with so long ago is coming back in a big way, so that's exciting, though of course people are a little miffed about it, but they probably would have been annoyed either way with a reboot, so let's just see what it brings. They could just not touch the property at all and you could get nothing, so, you know, why don't you just thank your lucky stars? This one's really kind of dumb. Like, I don't really know anything about Shinkansen, but from the name, it's Shinkansen. It's a bunch of Shinkansen, which are the bullet trains from Japan. They move super fast, but they turn into mechs. It's a pretty popular toy series. There's an anime of it, and there was a movie that recently came out in late December. Now, there's a scene where a character that looks awfully similar to Hatsune Miku is fighting none other than... oh yeah boy, Gojira. So yeah, this is pretty weird. I just captured the footage because I figured it would be interesting to see, and I do like the way they depicted Godzilla, but it's kind of random. I'm not sure if it's going to hold any more bearings in the series, but pretty interesting little cameo. Oh, and speaking of Godzilla, I actually got the Showa era Blu-rays in the Criterion collection, so that's pretty dope too. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Towaru Majutsu no Index, otherwise known as a certain magical index? Yeah, it's a great series, it's super long, and it's still not finished, but it was an awesome series and I liked it. Now, a spin-off series of a character in that series, within that same universe, is a certain scientific railgun. Now, this follows the one girl character who has like the lightning abilities, and she actually is seen in the show kicking a vending machine. She just winds up and boom, kicks the heck out of it, and it gives her a free drink. Well, Japan decided to make that a reality. There's going to be a vending machine in Shinjuku with a big kick pad on it from January 20th until the 26th. So a pretty short window for it to be done, but you can go up to this thing and kick the hell out of it. There's a screen next to it, it registers a score, and this all ties in with some sort of game where you can actually register your kicks and get points in the game and trade it all in. But either way, I just thought it was hilarious because you get to kick a vending machine. You get to commit like vandalism, but it's encouraged. I wanna go do it. I was gonna start a Kickstarter to see if people would donate money so I could go kick a vending machine, but I decided not to be a leech. Also, the new Guilty Gear Strive, will be getting an arcade edition. So if you're into that kind of thing and you ever happen to be near one of the cabinets, you can throw down and beat your boys in some blazing content or combat. But beyond that, there was actually a trailer character reveal for my boy, Faust. He is such an awesome character. He's this weird doctor with a paper bag over his head. He uses like a giant scalpel as a weapon. He's super creepy, super freaky, and incredibly Japanese of an archetype character. If you've ever seen him and the way that he acts, the way that he talks, it's all very Japanese-esque. I don't know how to explain it other than that. He's an awesome character. This trailer got me even more hype, and I'm ready because this game looks like it will be blazing. Sing Yesterday for me was a series I talked about quite some time ago. There were really no details, but there have been some cast reveals. They revealed that it's going to be 18 episodes long, and it's going to start up April 4th. There's a very short trailer for it as well. Either way, it looks really cute, so I'm excited for this to come out. And last but certainly not least, brand new Animal. BNA is that new anime coming out from Studio Trigger. This news broke after I was finished making the video, but I really wanted to bring it to you guys because I'm really excited about this anime. Anything by Trigger, of course, is just going to be exciting. So, it was exciting to see this trailer, and it's neat. It shows some animation finally, and we even get to hear the voices. Everything's really coming together, and it seems like this is coming out in April, so get ready for that because it's pretty close to starting up, and yeah, I'm excited for brand new animals, so if you want to go check out the trailer, make sure to do so. I hate to bring the mood of the video down, but this came up and it really affected me. This one really upset me because I love this guy. Bryce Armstrong was the voice actor for Captain Ginyu, among with many other voice roles as well, but I knew him as Captain Ginyu, the Captain Ginyu voice actor. He was awesome, he was such a legend, but he recently passed away of natural causes at 84 years old. Passed away on January 10th, and yeah, the news circulated a little slowly, but it's finally out, and everybody's, paying their respects to the man, and I myself have to do it as well, because he's one of the people that I think inspired me a lot to want to do voice acting, and I still hold his voice for Captain Ginyu as one of my favorite voices in voice acting. I remember as a kid first hearing him and being like, this guy's awesome. That voice is so unique. And it really is. So many years later, other people have tried to do his voice in video games and other adaptations of the anime, but nobody quite does it like Mr. Armstrong. To have that kind of rough and grizzled voice and such a big domineering character like Ginyu, but to act in such a great character with as goofy as Ginyu is, the fact that he's able to pull that off so animated, it's just wonderful. He was one of the greats. And I guess as a huge Ginyu fan, I've always kept that voice in my repertoire of voices as something I've tried to imitate because I feel like that voice is not that common and it needs to stay in the business. It's such a cool voice. So with that, I will pay my respects to Mr. Armstrong by doing one of my best impressions I can of Captain Ginyu right now.
So you want to be in the Ginyu Force, huh? Well, you're gonna have to pass some tests, but unfortunately, things have been put on hold. If you really want to pass the test, then you're gonna have to meet me in the next dimension. I'll be waiting on the other side. And when you get over there, I want to see your greatest, most powerful fighting pose.
Thank you so much for your work, Mr. Armstrong, and inspiring me and plenty of others, I'm sure. We'll see you on the other side, buddy. And now that all the stories are done, let's bring the mood back up by opening this Amiami package. I've been waiting on this one for a while. So long that the insert is actually Christmas themed. Some cute anime girls in some Santa coats and hats. That's pretty dope. Kurisu masu pati. First, paper. Second, paper. Third, paper. Fourth, paper. But no, let's get into it. The first thing to show you are these. Just a couple of cute keychains of Mothra and Godzilla doing his classic jumping in the air karate pose. If you've never seen that, then I don't know, you need to watch it because if you want to be my friend, you gotta know about that. Second, this one's pretty exciting and it's probably already been done, unfortunately, so I'm gonna be late, but Mako from Kill La Kill. Yeah, the Figma of this took way too long for them to finally release, but here it is. The box is adorable. I love this character. She's super adorable. So I was really excited to see this figure, and this will get reviewed eventually. But finally, from Phantasy Star Online 2, of which I don't know anything about, I just saw this character design and I said, oh my God. This is a Kotobukiya model of Jean, the Stella Innocent version. Yeah, look, the art's beautiful too, and she's super cute and fan-servicey, but the figure itself is actually really, really dope. It's got some really cool accessories, and she looks absolutely amazing put together. So look, I know I have to finish my other Kotobukiya set, but I want to get this done too now because, man, these are just too nice. And that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry for how long this one was, but there were so many stories that I didn't want to cut out that this video just wound up being super long. So if you did stay to the end, thank you. Applaud yourself and make sure you hit the like button to show that you did make it here till the end. And you know what? Since you did make it here till the end, comment what your favorite sandwich is. And if you don't like sandwiches, what's your favorite pizza? How about that? I'm gonna link something right here. Make sure to check it out. It does help the channel if you do. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for your patience. I know I say this a lot, but I'm working on something pretty awesome, so get hyped for that, and I will see you on Friday for a figure review. And if you know what this is, then I love you even more.